What is up, Pistol Nation, my friends? Today we are going to rank the colorless cards from best to worst, and then at the end we're going to do a match with as many colorless cards as possible. We're just going to do all colorless cards and see what happens. Alright, Pistol Nation, we are here with the all-colorless deck. I just picked a random Planeswalker that I don't really play. We're just going to run her. What we got is, I put them in order right now just from highest mana to lowest mana, but we're going to go through all of them and kind of dig into a ranking system. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll go from number 1 to number 7, basically. Or we'll go from 7 to 1. It doesn't matter. We'll put them in some order. So we have the Howling Golem, the basic tank. Moves slow, has high attack and HP. For a beginner, if you're just starting a game out, this is a really good card. But once you get to a certain point, this card is just trash, right? This is like a beginning boss monster for you. And I only say that because all the other colors like have a boss monster that's just way better than the Howling Golem. If we go to red, we have like the dragon. We also have the Inferno Giant. So as you can see, red has its own pretty good boss monsters. And then if we go to white, even white has its own boss monsters. White has the airdrop aeronauts. It has the Blinding Mage, which is crazy. It's got the Soul of Theros that does AoE damage on ground and air units. And then if we go to green, green has their own tank that's even better, right? This Behemoth guy, he does the same thing that the Howling Golem does, but way better. And then the same thing with water and undead. They also, you know, they have their own boss monsters that are better. So for the ranking system, I would say he's pretty good. I would put him at maybe a 6. Maybe a 6 out of 7. Only because, like I said, once you unlock the boss monsters for the certain colors, you're never going to use him. Like, you use him at the very beginning. Like, if you're very new to the game and you don't really have any cards unlocked, he's good at the very start of the game. But then once you start unlocking cards, he's just useless. You don't use him later in the game. So he's like, I would say out of the 7 colorless, he's probably rank 6. Next we have is the Electrostatic Pummeler. He does AoE ground damage. He's pretty good. But again, he's very similar to the Howling Golem, where early on the game, when you don't have a lot of cards unlocked, he's good because he's your AoE ground damager. But again, once you start unlocking cards, like we have the dragon who does AoE damage for both flying and ground. You know what I mean? There's AoE damage. Even this, the Vexing Devils do AoE damage. If we go over here, we have AoE damage. It's the same thing. And if we go to water, water's got the Wave Crash Triton. AoE damage, and it pushes. It's just way better. For this guy, I would probably have to say he's probably, I personally would say he's like a 7. He's probably one of the worst for colorless, just because he gets trumped by all the other cards. There's so many other cards that are better than him. So we say the Pummeler is 7. The Howling Golem is 6. We'll go to the Walking Ballista next. Walking Ballista is actually pretty good. The Walking Ballista does range attacks, enemy air and ground units. It puts out a lot of damage for single target. Single target damage is very high. I got it at level 5. This is a really good card, and it's not only good for just the beginning players. You can use this late game. When you get into the deeper ranks, this card is actually pretty good, and I actually use this quite often in all my other decks sometimes. I will personally rank the Walking Ballista probably at like a 4 out of 7 because it's very viable still late game. Next we're going to go into the Haunted Guardian. He's in between. He does melee attacks on enemy ground units, but that's it. Very weak to air units. He's tanky, very tanky, almost 3,000 HP, and I only got him at level 4. I could level him up again and he'll be at what, like 3,000? He'll be at 3,000 HP at level 5. and it'll be putting out, what, 330 damage? Pretty good. The only issue with him is he's very slow and he's very easy to counter. He's very easy to counter. You could have him, the Wave Crash Triton will just keep pushing him back and doing damage. The one good thing is, though, he is cheap. He is only a 3-cost mana. With what you're getting for only 3 mana, you're getting good value for only having to use 3 mana. The Haunted Guardian, I would have to rank him... it's hard to say. I would have to rank him maybe 3 out of 7. He's in between like 3 and a 4. He's a little bit, I want to say he's a little bit better than the Walking Ballista, maybe about the same. Him and the Walking Ballista are about the same. They're pretty much even in usage late game. So we're going to go over to the Clockwork Beetles. I love the Clockwork Beetles. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I think this is a great card. It only costs 3. It summons 3 air units, and they attack both ground and air. Super cheap, and they're really, really good for dealing with enemy units that can only attack ground. So like somebody drops the Haunted Guardian, the Beetles just take them out easy. Like that's what I love about the Beetles. The Beetles are so good for taking out ground units that can attack flying units. We don't have any other cards that summon a group. I'm saying group as in like 3 or more flying units. There's no horde of flying units in any other deck. There's no, red doesn't have a specific card. Green doesn't, white doesn't. None of them have like specific flying cards. So I would say the Beetles are very needed. The Beetles are probably like 2. Now I'm saying 2. They're very good. They're used very late game. So I would say 2. Maybe you could say 1. You could even say 1. Like you could say 1, 2 or 1. They're probably, out of the colorless units, they're probably the best. One we have is the Ratchet Bomb. The Ratchet Bomb is okay. I feel like you really have to have this powered up to really get like the benefits. It's a good AoE spell damage. It only costs 3. It just doesn't, I feel like it just doesn't do enough damage. And I feel like some of the spells out there are better. Like we have the Helix that, you know, changes up. Make sure troops go to different areas. We have Blindness, which blinds the enemies. This only costs 2. I mean, but again, they don't do straight damage. Like this just does straight damage. So depending on the deck you're playing, it's a pretty good card. But then if you go to, where is it? Like is this one? Red has their own. Basically, it's basically the Star of Extinction is basically the same thing as the bomb, but it does cost 2 more mana, but it does so much more damage at only level 1, right? This is only at level 1. If I level this up, it's going to be even better, and it has a knockback feature. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say because some of the colors have better spells that do kind of pretty much the same thing, but then some don't. The Ratchet Bomb is probably a 2 or a 3. It's definitely not better than the Beetles. I'd probably say the Beetles are better than this. And then we have the Hand-Drawn Scouts. I like them for only being 1 mana. They're very weak HP though, very easy to take out. You want to summon them with other troops in front because you basically want to get their damage. Their damage is what makes them so good, right? Like level 4, they're doing 232 damage. We go up a little bit. Level 5, we got 242 damage. That's pretty good for a one mana cost. This is also a very good card. Do you use it late game, late in rank? It depends. It's situational. It depends on how you feel. Sometimes I use it. Just really weak though. And late game, your enemy, when they have cards that are, again, like level 5 and level 6 cards, they'll take them out easy. They are 3 units, though, so if your opponent summons a something big like this guy or something that's just going to basically only have single target damage, this is good for, like, burning down a big behemoth guy that only has single target damage, and it's going to take him some time to kill all 3 of them. You know, take some time to kill 1, then 2, then 3, you know, and then they're putting out damage. So they're really good. I would say they're probably in between a 2 and a 3. It's hard to say. So let's just go with the ranking. We'll go 7. The Pummeler is pretty bad. I don't think the Pummeler is that good. The Howling Golem, I would say the Clock Beetles are probably the best. Even though I don't know. I mean, they're okay. Like, I don't want to put them at the #1 spot, but based on everything else, they're just we have to kind of. And then I would probably say the Scouts are, again, in between 2 and 3. And I also like the Walking Ballista in between 2 and 3. These 3 are probably like in a tie, right? And then this is probably 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably 5. I would say 5 or 4 interchangeable. I don't know. I don't really like it too much. But again, it is pretty good if you don't have AoE damage. Like, it's a good AoE spell damage, depending on the deck that you're playing. But this is what I would say. Clock Beetles, Walking Ballista, #2. Scouts, #3. We got our Guardian, #4. We got our Ratchet Bomb, #5. We got the Howling Golem, 6. And we got the Electrostatic Pummeler, #7. Let's jump into a game right now. We're just going to use all this. And they're not even leveled up. So we're probably going to get wrecked. I don't know. Should I use some of my gold? Like, he's really low. He's really low. We're gonna level him up just a little bit, just so it doesn't look so bad. We got enough to level him up. Do I really want to? All right, we'll do it for the video. We'll make him a little bit stronger. We're wasting our gold for the video. It's fine. We can't. It. We're gonna do it. We're just going to level out everything up. We got 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, and 4. 3. All right, so here we go. We're going to jump into this. This is a long video, man. I didn't mean for this to be so damn long. I was just rambling on. I'm going to have to cut some stuff out. Oh, my God. We're going up against the Twins. Playing an all-colorless deck. Dude, our opponent's going to be like, what is this guy doing? What is all these colorless cards? Alright, so let's see. What are we going to do? Alright, let's get a big push going. We're going to put our Golem in the back. He dropped his Ice Dragon. Okay. We're going to drop our girl in the back to summon some zombies. Let's go with our Beetles, our Walking Ballista. We're going to drop this right here because we are taking hella damage already. Drop this. Oh, no, no, no. I'll be pretty surprised if we win this, to be honest. I don't think we're going to win this. Let's hold off. Let's hold off and see what happens. Let's drop another Golem. See, they tank it pretty good for her. Drop her in the back again. The dragon is just killing us. We like have no way to deal with the air. Like the air unit is just, the dragons are killing us. Killing us. This is pretty interesting. This isn't going as good as I thought. This is pretty bad. I didn't think it would be this bad, but I feel like we just got no way to deal with the we have no way to deal with flying units. Pretty crappy. Like our Clockwork Beetles are all we have. Yeah, like see the bomb didn't do anything. I feel like that was a complete waste of 3 mana. I feel like we just wasted 3 mana. We just dropped it and nothing. It did nothing. They just ate it like it was yum yum yum, like it was food. This is ridiculous. We don't have anything to deal with the flying units. Wow. Like this ballista is just not putting out It's not putting out enough damage. Like, we drop it, and it's just getting wrecked by that. Drop our bomb. The bomb did nothing. The bomb didn't do anything. Drop another walking ballista. Oh my god. This is bad. This is so bad. Do not use all colorless cards. They are terrible this late game. We're like rank 6, aren't we? Rank 5 or 6. We got smashed. That was crazy. The cards are just too weak. Cards are just way too weak. Rank 5, yeah. The colorless cards, like I said, they're just the only card that we really were getting anything out of was really like the Beetles, because they were doing at least something, and the ballista, but even the ballista was like getting wrecked. These other cards were pretty crappy. But I hope y'all enjoyed that little experiment and ranking, and pistol whip that like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button for more mobile gaming content, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.